Okay, Mary is sleeping. She's having a quick nap. So I'm gonna run upstairs and film a video. Let's go. Hello, hello, how are you? I am back again. Mary is sleeping, so I thought I would do a quick video while I have like 2 minutes. So I look very unkempt, but whatever. It's the best I've got today. Anyway, I thought I would do a quick video on 5 reasons why you shouldn't buy the iconic and amazing Chanel classic flat bag. Now, before I get started, I own this bag. I love it. I'm so glad I own it. I'm not sure if I would buy it again, and I'm not sure if I would recommend it. I might, but I might not. But yeah, I thought I would talk about the disadvantages of it. Also, we've got building works going on at the moment, so if you can hear any drilling, I'm really sorry. And also I'm going to be keeping an ear out for Mary, so fingers crossed this goes to plan. So the first reason I wouldn't recommend this bag is, oh my god, also I'm still ill. I'm a bloody mess today. So the first reason I wouldn't recommend this bag is literally the cost. I'm sure you know how much it is, but when I bought this bag, it was £4,500, which I was like, oh my god, that's so much money. However, now it's like £7,500. That is a wild amount of money. Yeah, like I can't believe I own it. Like, that's so much money. Yeah, like I remember when I was living in London and I used to walk home because I couldn't afford the £1 bus ride, and now I own a bag that's worth like £7,500. Like, that's just ridiculous. And I don't even know why I own it, because I don't even have any money now. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, when I got it was £4,500, which I thought was like a crazy amount of money then, but now it's £7,500, and that's just an insane amount of money to spend on a handbag. So would I recommend buying it at £7,500? I'm not sure I would. I would recommend looking out for it on the pre-loved market, where you might be able to get it for a similar price to what I got it for. I'll put some links for my favourite pre-loved retailers below. But yeah, today's value in the store, it's a lot of money, and I don't know if I would recommend spending that much on a handbag, only because it's, at that point, it becomes a liability. You're worried about getting robbed, you're worried about your house getting broken into, and you're worried about just like rain, bird poop, like everything. It's a lot of money to spend on a bag. So that's the first reason. Second reason, let me just consult my cheat sheet. God, I've got such baby brain. The weight of it. This is a hefty bag. It's beautifully made. It's got a beautiful, thick, heavy, chunky chain, but that adds a lot of weight. It is leather on the inside, it's leather on the outside, it's got a leather flap, it's got leather compartments. Like, there's a lot to this bag. It's beautifully made. It's got great structure. It's going to keep its structure for years. However, as part of that, it's a heavy as hell bag. And sometimes when I've got all my stuff in, like bottle of water, camera, oh my god, imagine if my water bottle leaked, I would sob. But yeah, like if you've got water in it, if you've got like a camera in it, if you've got like loads of coins, like say you went to the arcades, you put your 20p's in the machine, you put your 2p's in the little penny falls, and then you're taking home a load of change, this is going to be heavy as hell. It's just a really heavy bag, and once you've got your stuff in, it's even heavier. And sometimes I get shoulder ache when I use it. Like, I actually prefer using it in the winter when I've got a big heavy thick coat to pad out my shoulders so it hurts less, which is crazy. It is a really heavy bag. Lighter bags from Chanel would include the DeVille tote, would include the boy bag, or the wallet on chain obviously, but this classic flap, especially in a larger size like the jumbo, it really does weigh a lot, and it gets really heavy the minute you start putting things in. So if you don't like a heavy handbag, this might not be for you. Okay, next thing, this bag is so flash that it walks in the room before you do. Like, it's an amazing bag, it's so cool. It's not a humble bag, you know, like you walk in the room and people are like, oh, your bag. Like, it's the first thing people notice, it's the first thing people comment on, and sometimes that feels so good, and then sometimes it feels really inappropriate. Like, if I'm just like running into Tesco's, I feel like a dick. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels too much. Like, if I don't know, where do I go? I don't know, if I go somewhere that I'm like, this is too much, it feels really inappropriate and really flash. Yeah, like sometimes it feels great, I'm not gonna lie. You know, you walk into the Savoy and you're like, yeah, I belong here, look at my bag. And then other times you're just like, I look like a knob, you know? Like, you don't want to be donating to the food bank with this on your arm, you know? You don't want to be walking into Aldi with this on your arm. You know, there is a time and a place, guys, and it's definitely not for everywhere. Yeah, it's just so flash, and like that is the glory of it, but it is also a disadvantage to it. So I just want to mention that. And then sometimes, because it is so flash, if you are kind of like walking around alone late at night, you can feel a little bit like a target is on your back, like mugging wise. Just mentioning, because that's how I sometimes felt, especially when I lived in like Bethnal Green. Do you know what I mean? Like, it could be a little rough around the edges, and I did feel a little bit like I just wanted to like turn the bag inside out. I wanted to put it in a tote bag. I wanted to hide it under my coat. It could just feel so flash. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that, because yeah, it's not for everywhere and every day, just saying. Okay, let me get my cheat sheet up. Oh yeah, God, this is a really important one. Okay, so it's beautiful, it's a big bag. Should I get my tape measure? Let me just get my tape measure. Okay, I've got my tape measure. So this bag measures, God, I feel like I'm trying to film so quick in case Mary wakes up. So this bag measures about 30 centimeters across and about 22 centimeters tall. So it's like the size of a ruler, do you know what I mean? It's not a small bag. However, because when you open it up, you have the flap, and then you have the inside, and you have like quite a few compartments. The leather is quite thick and chunky. It doesn't actually have as much internal space as you think. Like, for the size of the bag, and also it's quite a wide bag, you just can't fit that much in. I've actually done a video on what fits inside, and it's a surprisingly small amount. It looks like quite a mid to large size handbag, but it actually fits in as much stuff as like a small to mid size handbag. Like, it really is quite small when it comes to the internal space. So if you are a bit of a bag lady and you like to fill your bag up with like quite a lot of stuff, you might want to watch that video to see what it actually fits inside. But I will just say, internal space wise, you can't fit that much in. I assumed I would be able to fit everything I needed in, like including my lunch, and honestly it just doesn't fit that much in. So that is the next reason. And then, oh, finally, okay, this is an interesting one. So the chain, you probably know this already, but it's not adjustable. So if I'm wearing this bag, which is the jumbo, I find on me, I'm like 5'6". I find if I wear it as a long shoulder bag, I actually find it sits too low. Like, I want it to sit around my waist. And then I find that if I wear it as a crossbody bag, it's the perfect length. But that being said, if I had bought the smaller size, I find that too short as a crossbody bag, but the perfect length as a shoulder bag. So if you want a crossbody bag, you basically have to either be like mega petite to be able to pull off the classic flap in the normal size. I think it's called the medium. As a crossbody bag, you have to be really petite and be willing to wear it quite high, or you have to go for the bigger size up, which is this one. But if you're quite petite, you might also find that that bag still sits quite low for you. Like, I don't know, it's quite a tricky one because the chain lengths are not the same for both bags. But yeah, I've got the classic flap in the, I think it's the medium, it's like the classic size, and I definitely can't wear that as a crossbody bag. I can only wear it as a shoulder bag, whereas this bag, I feel like I cannot wear it as a shoulder bag because it's just way too long on me, and I'm not that short. So yeah, it's annoying because it's like, you just have to know how you like to wear your bags to figure out which bag size you need to buy. Does that make sense? You can, of course, wear it with the chain. Ooh, let me just get it doubled over, which I think is a really nice length on pretty much everybody. It sits, let me do this. But yeah, it sits kind of here. So like kind of just above my waist, just below my boobs, which is perfect. But yeah. But yeah, I do find if I wear it as a long shoulder bag, it's just, I look like I'm wearing my mum's bag and I'm like 5, you know. So I definitely have to wear this as either a short shoulder bag. Oh, I've just shaken the camera. I either have to wear it as a short shoulder bag or as a crossbody bag. So just think about that when you're choosing your bag. But yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, I do love it. It is beautiful. I'm glad I own it. But £7,500 is a lot of money. And there are definitely drawbacks to the bag. But yeah, I thought I would share what they are. I actually think my most used bag from Chanel is the wallet on chain. It's so easy, it's so light, it's so practical. It fits a lot more inside than you think. And I don't know, it's just a perfect length for crossbody. It's a great length for a shoulder bag. It's a good price. I don't know, I love the wallet on chain. It's cute and also it's not too flashy. And I can just throw it on and like head to the post office, or I can go for a dog walk with it and I never feel like I'm being... I spoke so much, my camera ran out of battery. But yeah, I love the wallet on chain. I would say if you're torn between the wallet and the chain and the classic flap bag, I would say actually go for the wallet on chain. You'll save yourself a whole heap of money, and also I just think it's a more usable, wearable bag. I love it. I love the wallet on chain. I am the biggest fan of that bag. Anyway, that's my video. Thank you so much for watching. Mary is still asleep. I'm going to try and have some lunch before she wakes up, and I will see you again very, very soon. Thank you so much. Goodbye.